And where are you on
You
the, where
can't
are the
be calm
assassination
about
attempts?
this. I'm a black man in America. The reason why heart disease...
I'm white, I can't comment
Listen
on
to
that.
what I'm
Is that
saying.
what
The
you're
reason
saying?
why heart disease and cancer
pretty
and
racist to
obesity
suggest I can't
and
comment on it.
diabetes are bigger in the black community is because of the stress we carry from having to deal with being called the N-word directly or indirectly every day.
Man, so that is Jamaal Bowman. Never heard of this cat before, but he is pushing that left agenda. And as a black man who works out 5 days a week, I am very insulted that you think that the reason why we lead the nation in obesity, because we do. I found that out recently a few months ago, 50%, which is pretty bad. He's blaming it on, stress and racism and being called the N-word every day. I'm like, huh? I'm like, other than casual conversation with your people, because, people throw the N-word around. Who is being called an N-word by a white person on a daily basis? I've never been called the N-word by a white person in my life. Not that I can remember, let alone every day. Like, we have got to stop this. Like, Cherry Champion said this on Jemele Hill's podcast about a month ago, and it really kind of like just made me look. I just was like, what? Like, she was saying, yeah, well, a lot of us carry our ancestors' generational trauma. I was like, man, get out of here. Stop it. You don't have the same plight of issues your great-great-grandmother and them had. Hell, my grandmothers used to work for white people and shit. And you know what I mean? I can't sit here and act like I'm living in that world. You're not living in that world. You ain't never had to step off the sidewalk because a white person got on the sidewalk. Stop it. You know what I mean? Now, was there a time where black people had to eat what they could only cook and grow and kill? Yeah, niggas was eating hog maw and pig feet and chitlins back in the day because they had to. Now, why are some people still eating that now? I have no idea, but believe it or not, there's a lot of black people still eating slave food in 2025 by choice. Maybe that's some of carrying on your traditional trauma from your ancestors, but it's not necessary. And I think if our ancestors was here, they'd be looking at you tripping like, why are y'all eating that? We had to eat that. You know what I mean? And then the whole not going to the doctor thing. And, I know people who got insurance that still don't go to the doctor or dentist. So like I say, once again, excuses, man. You know what I mean? But that has got to have been one of the weakest excuses. And I be sitting here like, man, what is really going on out here? Y'all got every excuse for everything. It's like you always want to blame it on racism and that like someone's calling you the N-word every day. Stop it, bro. He goes on and goes on.
The good health care, good insurance. The research says that black women, when we do the same diets as white women, we lose less weight and we lose it slower, even when we're following the diet than our white women counterparts. And what public health practitioners think is that our stress responses in the body change our metabolism. It's literally that the racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Now, do it look like she's ever committed to any diet in her life? The only commitment she probably made was whatever was on her fork or spoon before she shoved it in her mouth. Like this, and the fact that got a standing ovation and a clap after. Every excuse. So you just got a lot of black folks that are just self-reliant on just racism has become the excuse to when you don't feel like having accountability. So you can always lean back on that. So when I see this Jamaal Bowman guy, and the first thing he does, and I'm going to show this clip right here. We're going to break down spot for spot everything. Listen to all the tricks that they do.
And it's disease of hate and racism towards black and brown people and sexism towards women and anti-LGBTQ sentiment. We are not dealing with that. Your colleagues in the Republican Party do not hold each other accountable when it comes to the racism that comes from the party on a consistent basis.
Congressman,
when you're trying to trigger people's emotions, because that's what the Democrats go off. These people are not trying to attach. They're not trying to connect to logical thinkers. They're they're really going after emotional people. So young people, women, people who are politically ignorant, they're going for that. So yeah, you see how he puts emphasis on racism, and then he's talking about they always got to combine us with LGBT and black and brown and all of it. This is the usual bullshit. You know what I mean? But you can see through this when you have a PhD in Democrat bullshit. But what they've done, because I know a lot of black people like this. I know a lot of people like this, period, who are anti-American Americans. You got a lot of people here who hate it here, who don't want to be here, who really think the grass is greener on the other side. And when you ask them, well, where you want to go, they kind of be like, well, I don't know. It's like everybody hates it here. And that's why I say racism has made people think that America is a horrible place. But in reality, it's the best place. Why the fuck is everybody still coming here? Why is it so populated? Why are people still coming here by the droves every year? That's so much that they got to deport people illegally. Ain't nobody going to France. Ain't nobody going to all these other countries. They come in here because you come here to achieve your dreams. You don't go to, Vietnam or something, or, you know what I mean? It's here. But the racism has really tricked a lot of people into thinking this place is bad and that the grass is green on the other side. And then they find out the hard way if they even do it. But that's what it does. Like this guy right here has made a perfect statement.
Then it was Ukraine. Then it was the Mexican flag. And now it's Iran. They support every fucking country except for their own. What the fuck is up with that?
Now, and I've been noticing that a lot of these Democrats are rooting for other countries. Now, they had Palestine and all Ukraine's best interest the last 5 years over us. Now it's Gaza, it's Iran. I'm like, hold up. I seen people who were disappointed because we didn't get World War III. Because they wanted Iran to bomb us so that he could get in peace. I'm like, hold up, you want him to get in peace so bad that you're willing to see innocent people here suffer? Like, y'all are really sick and twisted with y'all emotional, unhinged asses. Like, if you realize, even if Kamala won, I wouldn't care. I'm not going to ever root for the president to fail when I live here. Because if they fail, nigga, we suffer. We suffer if they fail. So what's the point of rooting for them to fail? And you got a lot of these liberals and Democrats crossing their fingers, hoping that something goes wrong, hoping that he falls on his face just so they can say, I told you so. And I'm like, well, I hope it's worth it. Because so far, y'all have been wrong. You know, but yeah, they have been, and like I say, they program people into thinking that this is the worst place to be. Hence, look at this chick crashing out.
Of America, please get me out of this place. I'm tired. I'm losing my shit. Tired. I'm fucking 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 tired. Fucking of America.
Oh my God. Y'all are acting like white, crazy liberal women now. Y'all have really lost yourselves. Like this, it is sad to see how one man, orange with a toupee, can just break people. He has broken some of y'all. Like Trump has really broken a lot of y'all. Just got y'all just unhinged. What is she screaming for? She's sick of America. If everyone in the comments is telling her, well, get up and leave. She's got a car. She looked like she probably worked. She's pretty privileged. Go to Iran and deal with those women and what they dealing with out there. And some of these women here think they got it so bad in America and they got it privileged like a motherfucker. Go to some of these other countries. These women are dying to come over here because they want what you got that you take for granted. Granted, they have convinced you that this place sucks. Go to some of these other places where they ain't got no good water pressure. You ain't got no one picking up your trash. You ain't got no grocery stores. You got to deal with wildlife. Go ahead. Go ahead. You have been lied to, and you're still being lied to. What happened to Project 25? We're halfway through the 2025 year. July is next week. What happened to the concentration camps, the slavery? Then they said we were going to go into segregation. That's what Roland Martin was telling people. We were going to go into Jim Crow days. Then they exaggerated the tariffs and had people thinking we were going to have a full-on purge. I had my coworker coming up to me the other day, this older black lady. She said, oh my God, I'm so scared. Trump this, Trump that. I'm like, man, please, whoever's watching this video, please put in the comments, where y'all getting y'all news from? Because I'm tired of y'all scary asses coming up to me and y'all are being misled and don't even know it. Who are you listening to? Seriously. Because they have been wrong about most of everything. There's no World War III. I know that's what you thought because they gassed it up all last week. What else did they lie about? The gas prices surging. Eggs went back down. They have been wrong about almost damn near everything. But they can't admit that. They just sitting around crossing their fingers hoping that something bad happens so they can say, I told you so. And I'm like, yo, at some point, y'all got to move on. It's been 8 months since that election. It's over. Move on. But this showing out and lashing out, it's entertaining. It's funny, but some of these people are truly broken. Look at D.L. Hughley. 60 years old, right? I grew up watching D.L. Hughley. I never thought he was funny, but I respected him at least. He is completely broken. I used to listen to his show years ago, and I stopped listening because it got too political. Didn't like what he was doing, all the shucking and jiving for the left. And then when he told black people on his show to cancel Ice Cube because Ice Cube was willing to sit down with Trump, this is like 2019. And he was like, oh, I ain't gonna listen to politic talk from the guy who wrote Friday. I'm like, nigga, you're a stand-up comic. What the fuck? So what about all the comedians that was in that movie? John Witherspoon, Faison Love, Bernie Mac. Oh, but yet you're, get out of here, man. But he's on TMZ. I ain't even gonna play this because I don't feel like dealing with them. But he's crashing out. Everyone else in the conversation, all adults, are sitting there calm. He can't even hold a conversation about Trump without getting butthurt and just getting animated, screaming at the top of his lungs, everything. And I didn't forget you, D.L. Hughley. I remember when you fake passed out a couple years ago when you had COVID allegedly and you was pumping that vaccine on people in your audience, you fraud motherfucker. But yeah, these niggas make me sick. But yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all have been lied to and misled the entire time. And at times I feel like I'm dealing with children and I gotta convince y'all that the boogeyman is not real. But you've been wrong. You've been very wrong. And I love that y'all have been wrong. Because hell, if y'all were right, we would be in slavery and all of this bullshit. But it's like, I knew, yeah. And at this point, I just say, I don't argue with nobody. Hey, say what you want. I just let people say what they want and get it off their chest and, you know. But some of y'all have really lost y'all marbles. A lot of y'all convince yourselves in the shit that just has no possibility, no realm of possibility of even happening, but y'all will convince yourselves it's true. Because I'm convinced this nigga could bring back Jesus and cure cancer and y'all will still be butthurt about it. And D.L. Hughley is just, well, I'm like, man, one of the dope parts of being a man is no selling emotion. Sometimes it's about, don't even give a motherfucker satisfaction that they got you riled up and pissed off. Just no sell it. But to act like a single mother pissed off, all he had to have was a baby on his hip. He acted like a feminine, just his whole soy boy energy. Like, no, man. Like, y'all are garbage, pathetic. But yeah, you know, this is the shit that we dealing with.